If you're not welcome, not listened to, quietly withdrawn, don't make a scene, shrug your shoulders, and be on your way. I think he's only had 13 or 14 catches on the year when Puka Nacua on Sunday had 15 or 14 in the game alone. So then, hold on, Vic, real quick. So then Nick Sirianni jumps on 94, the whip in Philly, and this is what him and the host kind of got into it about.
He may be alluding to wanting to be out. I think that the heart of it is he's wondering how much longer can I take it, not getting the ball as much as other great receivers in football. Do you think I'm wrong that that's the heart of the matter? And I mean, I think this is a pretty big situation right now.
Yeah, and you're entitled to your opinion, obviously. And, what I see it as a guy that wants to contribute to his football team because he knows he's able to contribute to his football team. And, if we, the things that we know, like we know that the past 3 years that AJ's been here, we've won a lot of football games. And one.
So I just don't understand. You're perfect on the year. You've won the Super Bowl. Like, why?
Because he already won it. He already has the ring. He has.
That's what I was going to say.
Go get the so is it kind of like that Aaron Rodgers in the documentary when he goes, as soon as I won the Super Bowl, I'm like, well, what's left now? Like, I already did it. What I've
great individually.
I think that's dumb. It's the ego.
It is,
everyone's talking about the running backs, Saquon and Jalen Hurts, and they're not talking about the receivers. Like, dude, no offense. Again, he can't put the ball on these guys half the time. Like, he wants to get out of the pocket. Like, and again, I'm surprised that's not Saquon because, no offense to anybody, I'm sure Jalen's cost him a few million because he takes those QB sneaks for touchdowns. And, like, that's touchdowns he's taken away from Saquon, which I'm sure they have incentives for him to score and all that other stuff. So, like, that, I'm surprised it's not Saquon, but, it is what it is. But, that's the other part. You have so much talent on that team, and that's the hardest part. You have to manage it. You have to feed them, or else they feel isolated, which I'm with you, Frown. Who cares? You're undefeated. You won a Super Bowl. You're playing well. It's not like they're cutting his pay. Maybe his incentives are a lot bigger, and he's trying to hit them. But
I think I saw they're 21st in defense, 20th in offense, and yet they're 4-0. Like, that's how – like, they know now when they need to nut up and pull the game out, which I was
going to ask you guys, like, do you guys think if they trade AJ Brown for a second-round pick and some, like, so wide receiver, are they good enough to win the Super Bowl? Because they're not even using the guy. Like, I feel like
– no, but in the Super Bowl, they needed him. In the Super Bowl, they needed him and Devonta Smith. Because if you remember, and that's what the point I go back to, in the playoffs, it was all about Saquon Barkley and that offensive line. They couldn't be stopped. When they got to the Super Bowl, Kansas City said, we are not going to let Saquon beat us. We will let Jalen beat us all day. Like they did the previous game. The first time that they played each other in the Super Bowl, he almost beat them. But this time they said, we're not going to do it. We're just going to crash down and go on Saquon and let Jalen beat us. And Jalen did that. Jalen was throwing the ball to everybody. He was moving the football. He was doing everything he needed
very well too.
In the moment that he needed to, he stepped up. I just think that they do need a playmaking threat like him, because at times he's going to be double teamed and other guys come open. If you had like a normal receiver in there, they're not going to get doubled. I'm pretty sure
They still got Goddard.
I'm saying, okay, but here's where I'm going to go. Maybe I'm misstepping. I don't think Devonta Smith is a guy you double team. AJ Brown's a guy you double team.
That's fair.
But I mean, on top of that, why would you take away a weapon like that?
Yeah, if he's disgruntled and doesn't want to play, then that's one thing.
I don't know.
But I just wouldn't trade him.
Situation to me.
What?
A Tyreek Hill situation, like when they won the Super Bowl, the Chiefs did, and Tyreek just wasn't happy, and they traded him, and they just adjusted without him. Like I think Philly might do that.
I was going to ask you, like, at what point
Sirianni's like Andy Reid?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say.
I was going to ask because we know that this team runs like Howie Roseman runs this team, right? Like eventually you want to, and Brett Garner. That's where I was going with the whole Dotson. They target Dotson more than they do AJ Brown, and so maybe he's somebody to keep an eye on that they trade. I would not be surprised because remember, like this is one thing too that Gilbert keeps bringing up with Howie is like he's gonna start looking ahead to make sure like look, he's either gonna try to get more offense or defensive line help for the Eagles eventually. He has a bunch of draft picks from what I remember. I think they have 10 or 12 in the next draft. So why not just continue to stockpile and continue to build on that offense and defensive line? So I could see it. I mean, especially if he's not happy there.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think they're gonna hold on to him one more year, and maybe next offseason they decide to get rid of him if they feel like it's too much. Maybe they need to get him another book so he can be reading it there on the sideline.
Exactly.
I forgot about that. That's a good.
Yeah, they need to do something.
Ego is the enemy. Get that one for the sideline.